What is going on, guys? Happy 2019. It is the new year. I hope you had a good 2018, and here's to an even better 2019. It's water, by the way. Just water. So I am going to start off my New Year's right with a 5K race. It's fairly low-key, so there's not really much pressure. I'm not trying to, well, I do want a PR. I always want a PR, but no pressure. This is a later race. It starts at 10 a.m. It is currently 8:30, so I have a decent amount of time before the race starts. So I'm just having a bit of food before I get going. A banana. I love bananas. Can we just talk about bananas? Like, they're so good for you. They got potassium, they got good amount of carbohydrates, they got definitely a number of vitamins. Like, bananas are good. They sit well too, so you can eat them whenever, before running, after running, while running. Well, you know, they're good. Okay, banana is done. I gotta go quickly now. I gotta put on my bib, put on the chip on my shoe, and then we out of here. Okay guys, we made it. It is 9:10, so we have 50 minutes before the race start. A little update on the conditions. The weather, the temperature is fine. It's like mid-50s and it's cloudy, but it is windy out here. It wasn't as windy earlier this morning, but it's really started to pick up. It's moving. You can see those leaves, they're moving. So, you know, I'm not much of a fan of the wind, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so you're not going to see too much of the warm-up because I'm going to be focused on actually warming up, but you will see the race, so look forward to that.
PR. That's 40. Come on, break that 17. Come on. Break that 17. Come on. Okay. You did it.
What is going on, guys? It is now the next day, or should I say the next night. Today's been one of those days, you know, where you just like wake up and you think you're doing stuff, and then it's the end of the day, it's nighttime, and you're like, I didn't do anything. That's today for me right now. But yeah, I think I've given myself enough time to let this race digest and marinate a bit to where now I can really give my play-by-play overview on how I think the race went, how it turned out, stuff like that. So to start things off, I think I mentioned this in the video, but I'll mention it again because it was a big factor. The wind was horrendous. And it kind of sucks too because, like, everything else about the weather was perfect, the temperature was in the mid-50s, it was cloudy, everything, I think the humidity was fine, I don't really know, but just that wind was awful. I remember when I was doing my warm-up jog before the race, like, there were multiple times where there were gusts that were so strong. Gusts of wind. Gusts. That's a weird word. Gusts. But yeah, there were gusts of wind so strong that I literally had to, like, alter my stride just to stay upright because it was just trying to push me over so hard. But aside from the wind buffeting me, like, every few steps, I actually felt pretty good on the warm-up jog. I did about 2.5 miles, like 17.5-ish minutes. Felt really good. After that, I went through my normal repertoire of, the drills, the strides and stuff. And in that regard, everything went smoothly, everything went to plan. I was able to get to the starting line with 5 minutes to spare, which is good. You don't want to get there too early, but you also don't want to get there, obviously, after it's already started, so the gun went off right at, a little after 10 a.m., but that's because there were lots of people still in the bathrooms, as always. A little after 10 a.m., we get going pretty much immediately from the gun. One of the fastest guys in the area, Nico, he just was off within, like, 3 strides. You see in the video, he's just, like, ahead of us immediately. And there was no catching him, he's so much faster than everyone else. And I was hoping, at least at the start, that I would have a few people to run with, to help block the wind. But as you see in the video, from basically the very beginning, aside from Nico, I was in front. I was the one blocking the wind for others. And I just remember thinking, this is not what I wanted to happen, but this is what's happened. So I just gotta roll with it. So I went through the first mile in, I think it was 5:30 on the nose, which is good, pretty good. I was feeling pretty fresh at that point, and I think I had, like, one other person that was within contact with me, but, in front of me it was just open road. So you see in the video, there's that point where I make that turn onto the, that wide road. That is a little over a mile into the race. Again, at that point, I'm feeling pretty good. So I keep going. It's a pretty boring course, basically just the industrial part of town. Nothing really noteworthy, but I get to 2 miles, again, completely alone, in 10:59, which, is perfect. I actually negative split by like a second. So I told myself, okay, it's time to pick it up here. I know this is probably not where you would pick it up normally in a race, but I wanted to get the most out of today that I possibly could. So I pick up the pace. About 2.25 miles into the race, I get to the one actual hill of the course. It's a pretty flat course. Power up that. It was hard, but it wasn't, like, ridiculous. And by the time I got to the top, I still didn't feel crazy tired at all, and I knew I was going pretty fast, so in the back of my mind, I started thinking, you're gonna get a big PR. This is exciting, and yeah, I was getting pretty excited. Just before 3 miles, I think, you get this final turn, and then you're on the finishing, 10th of a mile or whatever. I think with 20-ish seconds to spare, or with 20 seconds to go, I saw the clock. It was like right at 16:40 or something. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, you're not only going to break your PR, you're going to break 17, completely solo, in the wind, this is a banner day right here. And so I guess I just got like a second burst of adrenaline because I just kicked. You see in the video, I just kicked maybe harder than I've ever kicked before. I don't know, but I kicked pretty darn hard. And I was just looking at the clock pretty much the whole time, just counting down the seconds like, you got this. You're clear. You're going to break 17. And I get through the line. The clock said 16:56, I think, when I hit the finish line. But I think they may have started the clocks a couple seconds late because my watch didn't say 16:56. I think it said 16:59. And later that day, when the results were posted, my finishing time, the net time, not gun time, was 16:59. And enough about me. A lot of people at that race did really well. I want to give a shout out to the winner of that race, Nicholas Crozier. Cool dude, very cool dude. He just blasted everyone out of the water, basically, in that race. From the gun, was gone, ran 15:39, which is just an insane time. Also had a few friends who did very well, and actually my dad ran the race too. He ran 23:31, and this is coming off of him having been injured for pretty much like a year now, so that's big for, someone his age. Congratulations, Dad. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm super pleased with how the past couple of days have gone. This is just super positive for me going forward, this past race result. But other than that, guys, I guess I will see you later.